Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Lord's channel, where we get to dine with the Lord Himself and chit and chew with ladies of real destiny. That's you and I. And I'm back again with another part of the video that I am talking about, the series I'm talking about polycystic ovary syndrome, where I'm talking about myself. And what we encourage here at the Lord's table is being real, encouraging each other as women, empowering each other from the things that we have gone through, the things we are going through. This helps us to grow. And yeah, you might be coming from faith, you might be coming from business, whatever angle you're coming from. Lords, we want to hear from you as I carry on with the video about polycystic ovary syndrome. The first video I made that started the series, I was talking about as women, and I believe it's talking to everybody in general, including men, that we should not judge the book by its cover. Get to study somebody, get to understand them before you judge them. Read a book before you close it. Open it up, read it, and study it. So I then revealed why I like shaving my hair, and the title was Why I Go Bald. I shaved my hair because of polycystic ovaries. I then got alopecia, which you can see my hair is a bit sparse on there. So that's it. I've learned to live with it. So I've just come to share, like, I'm not an expert in this condition. I'm sharing what I've gone through. There are people out there who have studied this, who have gone through what I'm going through, even worse. And not only that, but they actually invested time to study, to learn more about it. But in all honesty, I haven't. So I'm probably not going to give you anything that you will say, ooh, nice, or that. You will probably will learn more from somebody that has studied, that have put time and invested in learning about this. But I'm only going to share my experience and what I did. So today I wanted to share about, just a recap. I'll be looking on the side with things that I spoke about in the previous videos. I'm just going to recap on a few bits and pieces of what I mentioned. I also mentioned about the bleeding, which is talking about irregular periods. You get irregular periods, and some it is from get-go. I remember when I started my period, I think I must have been about, I'm going to say possibly about a 10 or 11. And even back then it was irregular, but it wasn't something that anybody thought about. And like I said in the video, I then got diagnosed with polycystic ovaries at 25. So that would have been like, oh, something is coming, something is happening, but nobody really thought about that. And then heavy bleedings are also part of this condition. You have heavy bleedings, and I mentioned in the previous videos hair loss. I'm talking in my own case, and in the case of the two other women that I've studied this on, two other dark-skinned women that I've studied this on, that they have also hair loss, which I mentioned, and hair grow, and which I mentioned on here. You grow beard, and then some grow chest hair and back hair, and you lose hair. It's more or less you're following a male pattern of things, because we have you tend to then have a lot of testosterone, which I mentioned in the previous video as hormone imbalance. And then the other thing that I mentioned or not mentioned, which I had forgotten, is headaches. You also then tend to get headaches with this condition. I'm not sure whether everybody does, but I suffered from headaches, and it's not nice. But if anybody else has, it would be good for you to share. Just comment on what happened. For me, it wasn't really the main thing, but I did suffer from headaches. So it could be a main thing with somebody that has headaches. And the main thing that also is with polycystic syndrome ovaries, polycystic ovary syndrome, is insulin resistant. We are insulin resistant. That's why I mentioned in the first video that I was given metformin, a diabetes medicine that helps balance the the insulin. So that's what it is. That's why we need to cut out on a lot of sugars and all that. So I am just going to be sharing what I've been doing. I wrote things down because I used to be good at journaling stuff, and yeah, I used to be good. I'm in a season where like writing things everywhere, and I'm just saying. So I just wrote things that I remembered that I did, and looking back on the things that I wrote in my journal past, it's going to be all over the place, but at least it's going to have information that information that can help you, or information that I think is good for you. So I remember I started taking supplements, vitamin supplements. I was taking vitamin B, and then I was taking, I don't know what, inositol. I'm going to write it all down. Inositol supplement. It's inositol, MYO as well. Supplement. I would get them. I'm in the UK, so I don't know anywhere else, but I'm sure you can get it from any pharmacy, any drugstore. You can get those. And the inositol and the vitamin B, for me, I saw it. It did help. It helped a little bit. I would see when I was taking that, even my flow was a little bit better. Yeah, not brilliant as I would want it. It's still irregular, but a little bit better. And I could kind of like hear it's happening, and I would take that. So you can find it in any supermarket. And one other thing that helps a lot is weight loss. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, and I really don't like hearing it from anybody telling me to lose weight, because I didn't choose to put on the weight. Yes, I do like my sweet, I do like this, like any other person, but with this condition, you gain weight. And when I talk about weight, I get very emotional about it, because it's something close to my heart. It's not by choice that I am now in size 20, size 22. I don't want to be that size. And even when you try, so it's a vicious circle, can I say? It's a vicious cycle. You go through all this, all that. One, vicious cycle in the sense that you put on weight because of the condition. Two, you then get depressed because of the condition and you binge eat, which many of the people, even the other women I spoke to, you tend to eat the things that you shouldn't, and you put on weight. So you're not helping the case. In my case, I'm not helping the case, because there's a time I would really get upset and would eat. But the times that when I have lost weight, and let me tell you, from my faith point, when I fast, I really lose weight. And I remember there's a time we fasted for 21 days, and we were just having water. In those 21 days, that's my testimony, I lost a lot of weight. I lost over 25 kilograms, and I moved from a size 20/22 to a size 16, perfect 16. My periods, I kid you not, they became regular. I felt like, I was like, wow, is this what it feels to be like a proper woman? Not that I'm not a proper woman, but I think you know what I mean. They were regular. They came for 6 good months, if not long, they came. But the problem with that is I then started putting it back on. When you start eating normally, I wasn't eating anything bad in the first few months, but it just starts coming back on. This is why we are encouraged, even the people that dietitians or anything, we're encouraged not to have these fad diets, but exercise, eat healthy rather than stopping certain things. Have a little bit of what you fancy, but in moderation. So I lost. So that was a glimpse for me to see exactly what it means. That, you know, when we lose weight with PCO, with polycystic ovary syndrome, I'm so bad with abbreviations. I've always been like this. So weight loss, it's really important. If you can lose weight, exercise, it helps. And I'm speaking to myself, and I hope I'll get a buddy who understands me. We can exercise together and lose weight. All right, so that's the other part. And the other part that I wanted to speak about, which I hope this is not going to make the video too long, but I wanted to speak about the things that I also started eating. I know I shared about a lot of fiber foods I mentioned in the last video, and also a drink which I was saying super malt. I think I'll find a picture and I'll put it on there. And I don't know what super malt has. I still haven't searched what it has in, but they said it was good. So the thing that I know from get-go is a low GI. I'm not even going to say what GI is. I'm going to write the full name on there. A low GI diet. And it really just, I think they say it, foods that release sugar slowly. I think that's it. And if not, somebody can write in a comment and explain what that is. So that's what you have to eat. A lot of berries, which I love because I love berries. So I started eating a lot of berries. I started eating a lot of fish. They say you also need to eat a lot of fatty fish, and you have to use good oils. I stopped using vegetable oils and sunflower oils and things like that, because on the list when I was looking, it says olive oils, avocado oils, coconut oils, and things like that. Those are the oils that I have, that I cook with in the house, and that's what I started using. And also high fiber foods. I like fruit and fiber. That's the cereals that I like. So I started eating a lot of that and a lot of whole grain foods. I moved from white rice, and I started having wild rice and also brown rice, and also my favorite, dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Maybe it's because it's what I can have, but I love it. I love it, and I like the 80%. I can go for 70%, but I prefer 80% of cocoa. I think it's really good. So I love my dark chocolate, but it also, having dark chocolate, I have it in moderation. Just with anything else, have it in moderation. But we are allowed, with the condition, to have dark chocolate. But any other stuff, I'm terrible. I still am eating other stuff, but it's terrible. And then things to snack on. I love peanuts, and I've always loved any kind of nuts. Peanuts, Brazil nuts, pecans, all that I love. Pistachio, cashew. Oh God, my mouth is watering already. Anyway, peanuts. So I found I've been eating a lot of peanuts, and I was eating a lot of peanuts, and I still am, because that is good for us. If you have this condition, it's good for you to a lot of peanuts, a lot of beans. So you can have a lot of kidney beans. We have in Zimbabwe, we have round nuts. Nyimo, I don't know what you call them in English. And then you also have, not sure about baked beans, but when I was eating, they say beans, but I'm not a fan of baked beans anyway. So any kind of beans is nice, and chickpeas and all those kind of things I would eat. And I'm not gonna go, because I'm trying not to make this video way too long, because I'm just sharing what I did. So it's really not a lot of information that I have, and I wouldn't want to continue to share a lot of stuff that will end up like repeating myself, if you like. So also the other thing is avoid refined foods, which is one of the things I mentioned above, like white rice and things. Just avoid that. Try by all means to avoid that. I remember at one time I was on a diet. Because of all this, I've been trying so many different fad diets. I was on a diet, and I did what is called the Cambridge. You cut out on a lot of stuff. So you can check out the Cambridge. It works. It really does work. I lost about almost 3 stone, and it was just amazing. But when you start eating the food, you pile it back on. I piled it back on within a year, or maybe after a year, I'll say. It was just horrible seeing how I was and then piling it back on. And they do say that with polycystic ovaries, we will then really over pile back the weight. It will be worse than before. So basically, we are encouraged to really do it slowly and surely. Put your mind to it and do the diet. So it's just refined food, stay away from as best as you can. And what I wanted to share is, when I did the Cambridge, I also then did colonic irrigation when I had my colon all washed, and there was, because of the refined foods, I kid you not, the lady that I went to, she had a large screen where you get to see your colon and whatever, and then she was cleaning. You'd see things that had fermented in my, so kind of like yeast and stuff in there. So as she was washing it, it was just crazy. And it's gross, I know. It was crazy as she cleaned. She cleaned, poured water. I think it was more than 5 liters of water all through, and these things that washed me. It was good. That helped me lose weight as well. But what the main thing was seeing things that just growing in, all these fermenting, all these yeasts and stuff, the things that we put in our bodies and we not know it. I think this is for everybody, but I'm saying for polycystic ovaries, I don't think that helps at all. So stay away from refined foods. And one thing that, like I said, is in the video is journaling stuff. Let's put our mind, especially with this condition, PCOS. It's just something that is important to write down. I used to do. My mom always says, Samantha, write down, what did you eat? How are you feeling today? And my mom is always right. Honestly, when it comes to this, yeah, moms are always right. Okay, so she would say write things, and she's right in that sense. And I would write sometimes, and I wouldn't write the other. But it's important to like really have monitor yourself, monitor your period, monitor when you get upset, things like that. You know, when I said there's depression that comes in, monitoring that helps. So set goals as well. Like, I'm going to set my goal that by the end of the year I would have lost at least 2 kilos. Goals that you can reach. The problem with me, I used to set goals that were so hard because I was being hard on myself and wanting a baby and everything. That's another video if you want me to talk about my fertility journey. It's another video for it on its own. I'm already on 16 minutes now. It's a video for it on its own, and I can always make another video on my fertility journey, and that I will tell you. So what am I saying? Set goals, realistic goals. That's what I want to end on. Set realistic goals and monitor yourself. That way you can get control of the condition, and you'll be able to see where you're going wrong. Is this helping? Is that not helping? So in a nutshell, I hope I have helped with what I've been eating and what I've been doing. There's more that I was eating that's on the diet because I did a little bit of research, not much, a little bit. It helped. And things that you can drink and all that. It kind of helps. So this is just to kickstart you, and for you to just jump out and do it. Not to kick you. I don't want to kick you. I just want to give you that oomph and that power to just go on. But do your research, and when you do find it, please do write to Lourdes, and then you can come on and share, or you can write to us and we can share it. Just mentioning you that you've given us this information and things, it will be so good. So ladies of Real Destiny, I am gonna say goodbye because I really don't want to make this too long. So I hope this series of PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, has helped you, and me talking about myself, me just being real and being open. I still can't believe that I've just gone and done that, to not only to friends and family, to the world. They now know I have polycystic ovaries. You all now know that I have beard. Even though you probably didn't notice it, but now you know. But I don't care because I'm helping a sister out. I'm being real, and I am standing with my sister. I'm encouraging a sister. I'm encouraging somebody in the place. So I don't care. The end goal is good. God bless you, and thank you for dining with the Lord and dining with Lourdes. Thank you, and God bless. Bye bye. See you next time.